So my main goal is to finish all of the unread books on my bookshelf. I think I find joy in collecting, but then where is that energy when it's time to read? There's also just a lot of new books, new series that I want to start, and it doesn't feel right to go ahead with purchasing new series and new books when I have a crap ton on the bookshelf. I have almost maybe I'll do the math, maybe I won't. I would say 75% of what I own I have not read. Maybe I enjoy collecting more than I like reading. Maybe that's an issue. It is an issue. I think this is the plan. I'm gonna look at the books on my bookshelves. I'm gonna pick 2 or 3 for this video. See if I can get them on Libby as audiobooks, so then it helps get me through them quicker. I for sure think this is gonna be a multi-part series, because when I tell you, I'm not joking when I'm saying probably 75% of my bookshelf is unread. I will have to convince myself to read all of them. I am reading One by One by Frida McFadden, Fourth Wing, and I have Cinder on Libby, just waiting for her to come in. I'm gonna try to see if I can pick out a book now that's available so I can start listening to it on audio, because I do have to get to work. So come along and join me for this chaotic ride. After looking at my bookshelves, I have decided. First one is a romance, 7 Year Slip by Ashley Poston. I've been wanting to read this book since it came out because my bestie read it and she said it was so good. So I am really excited about this one. There's 326 pages, and I believe this book is about her meeting a guy 7 years in the past. Question mark. This book to me has the same premise as In 5 Years, which I did not like this book. It had the potential to be good, but I felt like I got gaslit with this one. If you're gonna read this, skip ahead. If you're not, and you want to know my thoughts, I'm gonna give it to you. So this is about so she is like engaged with her not husband, her fiance. Obviously they just got engaged. She just has a dream that she is in a different apartment, a different life with a different man. So then when it starts unfolding, she finds out that this man actually is in love with her best friend, and then her best friend gets pregnant. Her best friend somehow, I think, passes away. They don't really know what happens. I think her best friend has a miscarriage. Something happens. So basically they actually never end up falling in love, which is really disappointing. This book was disappointment for me. So I think I rated it 2 stars only for the fact that I finished it. If I would have pushed myself a little harder, I probably would have DNF'd it. So yes, I did tab and highlight in the whole works, but I thought it was going to be more than it was. So I'm hoping 7 Year Slip is everything that this wasn't. So I have high hopes. Like any book, I will go in it blind. Next, we have A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Yes, there's still the price sticker on it. I've had this entire series on my shelf for probably a little less than a year, so I have not read it yet. I literally know nothing. I think they're in high school and they're trying to figure out, I guess, a murder that's happened, or a girl. Yeah, I don't know. It has 387 pages, so it falls under our 400-page limit that we set for ourselves. So I'm excited to read this one finally. And I heard the show came out and I think people are saying it's good. So, and then next we have Cinder. Just because I'm listening to it on audio, if the narrator for the audiobook has an accent of any sort, I cannot listen to it because I can't focus. I don't know what it is. I don't know if anyone else has this issue, but anyways, you can tell how, you know, the pages have turned colors, how long I've had this book. Yeah, she has been with me for a long time, so Ooh, tea. This book also has 387 pages. I believe this is a sci-fi. It's a retelling of classic fairy tales. So for example, this is Cinderella. The second book is, I think, Cress, which is Rapunzel. And I think there's one that's called Fairest. There's one that's called Scarlet, which I think is Red Riding Hood. Oh my gosh. Okay, so it has 972,000 ratings. Okay, damn. So this book is fantasy, young adult, science fiction, romance fiction, dystopia, fairy tales, young adult fantasy. We love that. It says it's 400 pages, so I don't know where they got 400 when I literally am reading 387. Hopefully we get her on audio, but I'll probably be reading this one last. I do have to see if they even have a Good Girl's Guide to Murder on audiobook, because since the show is out, I'm assuming a lot of people would want to read the books if they haven't. I did not blend out my dry shampoo enough. Feeling like the reverse Violet Soaringale. Anyways, get a bev, get a little snack, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, so it's the next day and I have been listening to A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I just got back from work. I have been listening to it on and off all day. And I listened to it at work yesterday, so I'm about 52% of the way in, and I think so far everything is really interesting. I love the narration in this. When she says, here's my recorded phone call with so-and-so, it actually sounds like a phone call. I love the different voice actors. I just think this is probably the most put together audiobook. And by put together, I mean, I think this is the most orchestrated audiobook I've ever listened to. With that being said, this will be a spoiler-free vlog. So I wanted to kind of give an update of like how I feel so far in the book. So we are currently, you know, experiencing a lot of like different plot points. This book follows Pippa, who is using her capstone class in her senior year of high school to investigate a murder, missing person, you know, like this mystery that has been going around town that happened 5 years ago, and they have no idea what happened to this girl. Her name is Andy? I don't know. So what Pippa is doing, she's investigating and trying to find different leads on who could have killed her, what happened to her. So then as she's, you know, talking to all these different leads, they're giving her different fragmented parts that Andy was involved in. So it's, you know, slowly, I wouldn't say everything is piecing together yet. Everything is still pretty strayed. I don't expect everything to be coming together yet because we're still halfway. I do expect that momentum kind of like 75% in or a little bit further along. I will say I am enjoying it. I like Pippa. I think she's kind of funny. Something I just found really funny was like her going to one of the parties. I'm not gonna reveal like where in the book I was, but basically she goes to her like very first party, and it was like her trying to fit in, and she was talking to a guy who was smoking. She goes, I'm just trying to blast the roach. He goes, whoa, you're drunk. She didn't have one sip of alcohol. Like, Pippa, girl, you crazy. Anyways, today is Valentine's, so happy Valentine's to all my besties. Love you. I probably won't be doing a lot of reading tonight because my boyfriend and I have a little planned date, which is making homemade pizzas. We did little Valentine's Day baskets for each other, so we're gonna, you know, give each other Valentine's Day baskets that we got for each other. And then we're doing air dry clay. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Anyways, back to the vlog. I just wanted to give you a little update on A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. But then I also picked up during lunch yesterday, instead of reading Fourth Wing, I read 7 Year Slip, and I got to page 12, maybe? Like, it's okay. Nothing's going on. This will be in the past, but I hope y'all had a great Valentine's Day weekend. I'll be checking back in whenever I read, so. Back from work. I did finish A Good Girl's Guide to Murder today, and the twist was, honestly, I wasn't expecting it, but at the same time, there's 3 books, so I was like, what else could go on in this whole series? I want to say, because of the twist, a 3.75, but I think the way it was narrated, the way that everything was uncovered, I think I'm gonna have to give it a 4. I do have the next 2 books on my shelves, so they do fall under this video of reading my physical TBR, but I don't think I'll be reading them today. I did end up getting Cinder early on Libby, I don't know what happened. There's a 7-week wait, and now I have it. So I have been listening to it. I listened to it my last hour of work, so I didn't get that far. So I am roughly 12% in. It's really cute so far. And cute, I mean the one, I forgot the character's name, Aiko? I think Aiko might be the main character. I really don't know, because am I listening? Yes, but am I listening intently? Perhaps not. But I will say that I think the whole droid human hierarchy I think is pretty interesting. I do think it might take me a little bit to get through this book, just because it's like a 10-11 hour book, and that's really long, but I think we'll be able to get through it. 7-Year Slip I haven't read. I mean, other than reading 12 pages, I haven't read much. I haven't even been reading Fourth Wing. I just have been listening to Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and it was so good. As for Cinder, I will continue to listen to it. I do want to stick to 3 books per video in this series, so I DNF it. Girl, I either read it later or you're gonna get on hold from my bookshelf. So I'm gonna cook dinner. I do have to read for Bible study tonight. I am actually thinking of reading Fourth Wing because I haven't read Fourth Wing in like 4 days, and I know it's not for this video. I know. But there is something about the writing in that book that it literally captures my attention. I don't know what it is. I think tonight I'll either read Fourth Wing, 7-Year Slip, something new, something different than what we're currently going through right now. I'm listening to Cinder on an audiobook, and oh my gosh, I'm about to kiss. Also, the plot twist. This book's a little more in-depth than I thought it would be, but I'm like 50% of the way in. I did find it really cute how even though Cinder's sister is sick and she's in love with the prince because she's literally 14, but the fact that like the prince just keeps on asking Cinder to go to the ball, and she's like, no, but my sister. And he goes, okay. Like, he's gonna go to the ball with her sister. Like, they're so cute. It's been a while. I wanted to come back and give you an update of where I am. So I did end up finishing Cinder, and I think I rated it 4 stars. I listened to the entire thing, and I thought, honestly, the narration was great. I think the pacing, the plot, everything was pretty interesting, so I thoroughly enjoyed it more than I thought I would. I don't know why I thought this series, the Lunar Chronicles, were gonna be standalone books. So for example, we're reading Cinder, we're following her story. Then the next book is Scarlet, and then, which is Red Riding Hood, and it's a completely different story with a different plot. I just thought this whole series was just gonna be like standalone spin-off fairy tales. I'm mildly disappointed that it's not like that, but with the way this ended, it makes sense that the next books are all connected and following the same plot. I do have the next 2 books of this series. Potentially for future videos, we might want to continue this. So I have been listening to other audiobooks. I just finished Life's Too Short by Abby Jimenez, which I actually really genuinely enjoyed that book. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Another 4-star banger for Miss Jimenez. Do have to read 7-Year Slip, but I think tonight I am going to read Fourth Wing. I have been putting off finishing that book for a while because I know I'm just going to eat it up and just want to read the next book. Once I pick the 7-Year Slip back up, I will come back and update you guys. But I do have a little bit, I just have a few other books on my February TBR that I want to get kind of wrapped up before moving forward. Hello, excuse the attire. I'm about to go work out for a little bit. I just wanted to come and update because I was not reading the 7-Year Slip physically, and I was in desperate need of an audiobook. I was like, what can I listen to on audiobook? Completely forgetting that I need to read 7-Year Slip. Bad news is that I won't be able to annotate, and there already are really good lines in here, and I'm already relating so much to the main character. Fortunately though, I am absolutely 100% enjoying this book. Okay, let me wind it back. The same feeling that a really good romance book gives you. Think of a romance book that you really, really love, you know, it's just a good time, you know, it's the vibes, like you literally can literally it just makes you feel like you want to reread it every year because it's so fantastic. That's how this book feels like to me. Hey, I'm only like 30% of the way in. Like, we just met the main male character not too long ago. 33% of the way in. I'm just thoroughly enjoying this story. I'm thoroughly enjoying the characters. I love Clementine. I think she is so funny and witty, and yes, she's emotionally closed off, but literally, like, I get it. I get it. And the main male character is so, like, I know that man is fine. I was not expecting him to be a little country boy, which I am thoroughly enjoying as well. As soon as I sat down for work today, I put on my headphones, started listening. Hey, I listened to it all day. It was so good. I could not stop listening to it, other than like go to my meetings at work and stuff like that. But oh my gosh, I'm already falling in love with this. The same feeling that I had when I read Just for the Summer, where I felt like I can read Just for the Summer every single summer and enjoy it even more. I feel like the same thing is going to happen with this book. I am already so enamored by it. I'm having such a great time, okay? You know, we won't annotate this time, but we can annotate next time, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I just think this is going to be one of those comfort reads for me. The way her writing is and the description of like her apartment and the world, and it's just like, it's so rich for, like, I don't know why it's clicking in my head. It is so just beautiful. But I'll continue reading now film, and I'll check back in a little bit later with my thoughts. Okay, I am 91% of the way through 7 Year Slip, and I am literally, I just know I'm gonna get heartbroken because like, it's not working out the way it should be in my head. I just got home. I'm going to work out really quick, and I think I can really finish it tomorrow. I really think I can finish it tonight, but I do have to study. It is just so good. I have enjoyed this book so much. The whole premise, the whole story itself, it's so vivid to me. With typical romances, I literally forget the characters' names. I forget the plot. I forget what's going on. It's not really compelling, but I feel like the story is really compelling and like beautiful. I will update you once I finish. I have a feeling that I'm literally gonna cry because it's just, I don't know how it's gonna wrap up. With I have literally 9% of the book left. How is this gonna wrap up? And it better be a happy ending, or I'm gonna lose it. Hi, so it is the next morning. I'm gonna get to listening to 7 Year Slip soon. This is the scenic, this will be a scenic spot because I can stare at his face for the rest of my life? What are you talking about, Clementine? Clementine, please. was so cute. Love always stays. Literally 5 stars. 5 stars, hands down. That was so beautiful. When I read a romance book, this is exactly what I want. I want to thank you all for watching. I had an amazing time reading 3 books off my TBR, and we are just one step closer to finishing all of the books on our bookshelf. Hopefully this video inspires you to read your physical TBR and discover adventures that are on your bookshelf. I hope you enjoyed, and I can't wait to continue this series. Bye, besties!